Angel with Banded, and I'm here today with Greg and Bo from True Villains. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well. How you
Great.
doing?
Good. I have a dozen questions to ask you guys. I found you guys literally a year ago when I was in Nashville for the first time. My best friend and I, we were like strolling down Broadway, and it's so funny. My emo heart was just like, because I heard like Bo was singing "Sugar We're Going Down," and instantly I was like, Melanie, yeah, we're going in. Yeah, we're going inside. And we spent literally 3 hours just like listening to y'all jam covers, and y'all were just insanely good. So, and
Thank
it's
you.
so awesome, like a year later, to be chatting with you guys and to be promoting y'all's new single, "Dig Your Grave," that y'all just released yesterday. That was incredible, guys. I loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are, just like before, but only this time. When you're not around, I'm not about to be your fall guy.
I want to talk about y'all's creative process. Like, what goes behind y'all, like "Dig Your Grave," for instance. Like, what is the origin story behind that song? Like, how did it come into fruition? Like, all that good stuff.
Well, musically, as a lot of our songs do, they start with a guitar riff. And Tim had sort of a fragment, actually an expanded version, really, of what the main like intro riff is. And we all just sort of jammed on it, so to speak, at our storage unit, our rehearsal space. And we all just kind of, through the process of learning it and interjecting, we kind of whittled it down to that sort of main musical theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of put together the structure for a song, like a typical verse, chorus, bridge, and solo, breakdown, the typical rock, format. And then Bo like instantly was singing awesome melodies. And then so he'd come up with pretty much the entire song's worth of melodies and then kind of write lyrics to those melodies.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt and I like bounced around a lot of lyrical ideas, and then it just landed on, what you hear now. So
I love how the song, like, as soon as the song starts, it just packs a punch. Like, it just instantly like pulls you in. And then like Bo, like your vocals, you have such a grit to your voice. I want to talk about y'all's like musical influences. Like, where growing up, like, who inspired you to pick up an instrument or to even start singing? Like, where did it all stem from for you guys?
Well, I started as like an instrumentalist, not really a singer, but I joined my first band in high school. And I kind of got pushed into being the lead singer because I was the only one that could like sing on key, really. And so, yeah, and then I just got better over time, and I loved doing it and learned more techniques, learned more about my voice, and started branching out into different styles of music. And yeah, just kept going until I got here where I am now.
A drummer before I was a piano player, actually, and was in like the school concert band and played snare drum and xylophone, glockenspiel, all that good stuff. But I knew a little bit about piano because I had taken like a few months or maybe a year's worth of piano lessons whenever I was very young. I just really didn't enjoy it until I was in high school, and then I just wanted to start writing songs. So I was like, I guess I should probably play piano again, because I was in a band and we already had a guitar player, and we figured it'd be easier to find a drummer than it would be to find a songwriting keyboard player. So I just made the transition.
Mm-hmm. How did y'all form as a band? Was I think I read somewhere that True Villains was like technically already, in the stages of being a band, but y'all were looking for like a singer, and then y'all came across Bo. Like, how did all of that, and how did you just know that, like, was it a live performance that y'all did together, or was it just hearing Bo sing? Like, what gave you that, like, okay, this is it, this is True Villains, this is what we're working with, this is legit?
So Matt and Tim, Matt is the drummer and Tim is the guitar player. They actually kind of started the band. They had met in LA when they were both at Musicians Institute. And then they both ended up here in Nashville and started playing together. And they did one show they kind of like had to try out some different members until they stumbled upon like the right mix. So then it started with Barry, who's the bass player. They got him in eventually, and they played one show with another singer, and it just ended up not working out. And then they ended up meeting me online on Craigslist when I was living in Minnesota. And then I did a little Zoom call meeting with them. We FaceTimed once. And then I moved down and we started jamming right away. And we played a show like very soon after I moved down here, probably 2 weeks maybe, because they had just been sending me ideas back and forth. And I'd kind of written some stuff, and then we got to rehearsal and we wrote a song or two. And I think Greg was actually at that very first show that we played together. It was at what used to be the Blue Bar in Midtown.
The Blue Bar, yeah.
Yep. And then we decided that we were going to go into the studio and record a EP, which is where Greg got more involved, because we were like, oh, we really want some keys, organ stuff on this. So Greg came and he laid down some stuff on those initial tracks. And then, Greg just started coming around more and more. And we were like, man, we really want this guy to be in the band. Because he would start coming and playing at our shows too. Because then it was like, oh, these parts are already on the EP. We should have it at the real show too. And then Greg started coming to all of our writing things and rehearsals until we were like, yeah, you should really please just be in the band.
Just wedged my way in.
He's like, I made my way in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all all bring something to the table. Y'all really do. You're like, whether, drums, bass, guitar, like vocally, like y'all just mesh so good. And I like how it's not like y'all are like reviving, classic rock or anything like that, but y'all have made it your own. And it's modern day rock and roll, but it's, like I said earlier, it really does like pack a punch. And I dig what y'all have put out so far. I really have. I want to talk about Nashville. What do y'all like? What do y'all love the most about being in Music City and being able to like perform at like on Broadway and like other venues?
The things I love about Nashville, it's obviously very music centric. So, I mean, like every moment of every day, pretty much my life revolves around music in some capacity, whether it's like playing on sessions or writing or producing, or obviously playing with True Villains. It's just like every single day it just revolves around music, which is what I love. That's the reason why I moved here, was so that could be my life. And there aren't very many other places that have all of the opportunities that exist here in Nashville. So
yeah, I would say the same thing. All the opportunity to play and make a living doing music, and like even how you just stumbled upon us when we were down playing a cover set, which we do pretty often, which has helped us be together all the time. Staying tight, playing together has helped us make money to put towards what we really are pursuing with our original music. It helped us meet our producer Nick and a ton of other great friends who have all helped us throughout our growing this band, which I really don't think we could have met anywhere else other than Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And I love how Nashville it's become so diverse, and it's not just like Music City where it's just country, but there's a lot of musicians like you guys that eat, sleep, breathe rock music, and coming across that is just, it's so refreshing and it's so exciting. And that's why, like, I don't believe when people say, oh yeah, rock is dead, and it's like, no, that's far from the truth. Like when Adam Levine the other day was saying, no shade, but like Adam Levine was like, there's no bands anymore, and it's like, what? It's like,
are you living under a rock?
I'm like, yeah, sir, yes, there are bands. And that's why I love coming to Nashville, and every corner you just hear like different types of genres of music, and it's just it's awesome.
6 feet down, you feel just like here. You talk so much that you use up all the air.
Do y'all have any like touring memories or like favorite sets, favorite concerts y'all performed?
I loved playing in New Orleans. I had never been to New Orleans prior to playing at the Fillmore with Steel Panther. That was, I feel like we played well and had a lot of fun in the city. We played at the Norva in Norfolk, Virginia, and there was a basketball court in the green room, which was one of the coolest green room experiences.
Wow.
Really, like that, the whole Steel Panther run was, those. It seems like they were all highlights. You know what I mean? Like every experience was good. But I miss the days where we could play at the original rock venues in Nashville before everything shut down.
Right.
Because it seems like the last year or so, all of our experiences are just playing on Broadway together, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. It helps facilitate, like Bo was saying, it facilitates our original music. But those aren't the memories that I cherish as much as the ones that, where we're performing the music that we write together on stage together.
Totally.
Steel Panther tour is awesome.
Yeah.
Really like this place called Schmutz. We played there for like a hot air balloon
Oh, sick.
festival thing.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I mean, it was a very small venue, but people were just packed in there, and we got to play a lot of our own songs too. And people there, it was our first time there, so there was a bunch of people who had no idea who we are, but they were pumped about it. Probably one of my favorite memories is Matt trying to check into a gas station because he was a little drunk / it was the middle of the night, so he like started carrying his stuff into this gas station, like trying to check into it.
God, that's amazing.
And then walked back out because realized that we were in a gas station, not a hotel.
Oh my God, how long did that take to realize?
Longer than it should have taken.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to see how it all developed,
Right. Oh, definitely. I get it. Are there any bands that, like, if they asked you, hey, like, obviously, like, in the future when things open up, like, if they asked you, hey, we see what you do and we really, admire the heck out of it, and would you want to, like, open up for us on tour? Like, what bands come to mind?
Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Aerosmith, if they're still touring.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
I'd love to go out with Royal Blood or with Dinosaur Pile Up or Broken Love.
Those are all good picks. I love Foo Fighters, so that would be a really cool mix. I think that would be dope.
That'd be epic.
Oh yeah, for real. What do y'all have planned for the future? Like after pandemic or like in between pandemic, whether it's like music or an album or anything. Y'all have like anything on the horizon? Because I'm sure y'all are working on things behind closed.
We just put out this single, and we're gonna put out a music video for it in not too long. And then we've got another single, not an album, but we got another single on the horizon that we're gonna release. We do have a motorcycle festival lined up for the springtime. And other than that, kind of just playing it by ear and really seeing what's all open and available come summertime.
We can only hope, fingers crossed, right? With all this like mask hoopla going on. This is like a question that popped into my mind earlier, and I thought about asking you guys, like, where do you like envision like the rock scene in these next coming years? Because I feel like it's constantly evolving, and there's a lot of new bands coming out, and y'all are like on the rise as well. And where do y'all see it going?
I think it all depends on how quickly the live music experience can kind of return to what it was pre-COVID, because I feel like rock is a genre that is really driven by the live experience of seeing these bands live. It's less of a an algorithmic streaming game as it is like, let's go see these musicians and singers strap on their instruments and play and sing, and let's see what they got. So once we can kind of get back to doing that, then I think for us, I could see us getting on like a big tour. But for the rock scene in general, I mean, it's just who knows? I think a lot more people like rock than a typical person would think. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
It's
especially for the live show.
Totally. Yeah.
Like people have so much built up energy right now from being trapped inside and doing nothing. Like all those small clubs, people are going to be going crazy.
Yeah. It's prime
when they
time
can finally go to a live show.
Yeah. A rock renaissance might be happening.
Yeah, the moshing will be intense. I'm telling you right now. I'm too little to mosh, but I will watch it from afar and root everyone on, because everyone needs to get all of that energy out. I sure as hell do, in one way, shape, or another.
You made your bed now, lie in it. You dug your grave, now die in it.
Yeah, guys, I have really enjoyed chatting with you guys. I see y'all doing some big ass things in the near future, and I'm excited to see this music video, and I'm excited for this new single coming out. Do y'all have like any like last words to say, whether that's like plugging y'all's handles or anything in between? Y'all are more than welcome to go for it.
True Villains Nashville. That's where you can find us on everything from Instagram, Facebook. We just made a TikTok, so we're going to get going on that a little bit. Same with our website is True Villains Nashville. And find us on there, and music video will come out in a couple weeks, and then more singles. We're doing kind of some demos at Greg's place right now, trying to get some songs worked out, and then in hopes that we'll get back in the studio with Nick and record a couple more to release this summer.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all exciting. That's all exciting things. I'm excited to hear all of this.
You've only got yourself to blame. Nothing left for me to say. If you go too deep, you'll take your own grave.
Guys, this has been Angel with Banded. This is True Villains. Stream Dig Your Grave on all streaming platforms. Keep on rocking, guys. Wear a mask, and just have a good one.
Is you've only got yourself to blame. Nothing left for me to say.